Gucci, we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm SLR Ranger. I'm joined by Riggs. Oh, that's definitely right. Yikes, didn't mean that. Need to turn that down. Right, is it working?
Testing, testing. Hear me now?
I could hear
Can
myself
you hear me now?
twice, not quite sure what's going on there. Yeah, I can hear you. Magic,
Ah.
yeah. Right, we'll start again. Hello everyone, welcome to the Division 1 stream. I am SLR Ranger. I am joined by Riggs. Hello mate.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for joining us
Guys,
tonight.
thanks. No worries, Ranga. Great to be back here in Hungary for the second time this weekend. Pretty much looking forward to it if the first two races are anything to go by. Both absolute thrills. Well, last night was a thriller. The second division race I heard was cancelled, which is a bit unfortunate. But hopefully, if Division One's race can live up to the expectations of last night, and if it does, then we're definitely in for a treat.
We sure are. Last night was one of the races of the season. I thought one of the best races we've ever had. So I'm really
Honestly,
looking forward to seeing how this goes.
honestly, last night was just too hectic. It was really difficult just to keep up with what was going on half the time. You had incidents, safety cars, virtual safety cars. I mean, if you
Yeah.
threw a wee bit of the weather in there, it would have had a bit of everything. But I mean, even for a dry Hungary race where overtaking isn't really that like it's not really that easy. Like it's really difficult to overtake here. And I was discussing that with Dylan on the stream last night. The main overtaking point would be turn one, but we've seen overtakes like into turn four in the second sector, like into turn 11 where I'm on board with Ryzen because he was the first one out. Like where he's getting into turn 12, like there's just overtakes everywhere. Like, and that's very uncharacteristic of Hungary to provide such entertainment like that. But honestly, just a brilliant race, and I can't speak highly enough about it. It was just that great. If you've not checked it out, be sure you do, because it was brilliant, and it's definitely worth every minute of your time.
I couldn't have put it better myself. I was watching it with Owen and Beast Assassin in our own little party, kind of commentating ourselves, or not really commentating, but just analysing it. And we just remember just screaming at different points in time. And obviously, it was nice to see someone like Gareth so high up the order as well. And then yeah, I remember some absolute tears in the party when Steve-O managed to bin it. He actually had the cheek to join our party after he crashed and was like, "Oh, our results invalidated." That's we'll cut to the next person, which is Craze Bear. Yeah, he actually had. No, it's not Craze Bear. It's a Haas. Sorry, not a Force India Racing Point. Sorry. Yeah, he had the cheek to join our party after he'd crashed and say he was happy with his performance. And yeah, it didn't go down too well in the party. He
Honestly,
was
Steve-O last
he had
night. Sorry, just sorry. Apologies for cutting you off there. But what you got to say? Sorry.
that's alright. No, sorry, Karen. What are you gonna say, Karen?
Oh no, I was saying there was a lot of chat hype for Steve-O, like when we were in the chat and everybody's like, oh, like, you need to keep seeing Steve-O. Steve-O he started P20 and he was up in like P9, P8 and he was kind of fighting with folk in the front of the order and he was getting his cell in the mix on a different strategy, and then as soon as he retired for the race after his incident, you just felt the chat sink in terms of the morale
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, Steve-O,
without a
no, what
doubt.
you doing, lad? Like, and even me and Dylan in the commentary booth, we were like, "Oh, and there's Steve. Like there was one we were having to keep our eyes on for the full race, and he's just had an accident." And honestly, even our hearts sunk for Steve because we were kind of quietly rooting for him as well after such a strong performance. But honestly, I think Steve can still be proud of how he was driving last night, regardless, because it was quite a stellar drive for him.
Yeah, obviously, when it's not genuine criticism. It's just a bit of a take the mix sort of thing with Steve-O. As he knows what it's about. But it was gutting. As there's a bit of a Steve-O Barmy army. But he joined the party. I'm happy with that, and I can see where he's coming from. He's got every right to be happy with it because it was a fantastic drive most of the time. But it was just so like sad to see it ending the way it did. He was so close to getting some really, really good points.
I definitely
It's,
like if he's definitely. I mean, if there's one thing you can definitely take for this is the momentum. Like, I mean, having such a strong driver like that on a track like Hungary, where it is known to be difficult for overtaking and known to be like challenging for the driver in the car, then he can definitely hold his head high with that and hope that he carries it forward into Spa next Saturday in the Division 3 race there. Spa is the next race in it after this Spa next week.
yeah. It is
Cool.
definitely Spa.
But while we're sitting talking about Steve Oney's stellar performance last night, we're starting to see some times on the board as Dylan, my co-commentator for last night, is top of the timing sheets with a 16.3.
That's rapid.
He's
That is
bolted out the gates
absolutely rapid.
really early on in this session, and he's laying the gauntlet down quite thick and fast there with a 16.3. He's 4 tenths clear of the next fastest, which is Crazed Bear in the racing point.
Well, I believe last season's pole in this division was a 16.5, and we've beaten that by 2 tenths in the first qualifying session. So I can't wait to see what happens later.
And especially since the sessions get quicker, the track rubbers in, it becomes less greener. Like, it's just going to get quicker. So I'm really eagerly anticipating what happens in terms of lap times, especially in the top tier, because I feel like I'll be seeing times myself that I'm just like, oh, didn't think you could go as fast as that, but here we are. But Dylan is, like we were saying, just laying the gauntlet down really early on in the session, and it's Q1. Like, I think it's really early to show your hand and your pace at this stage.
Very
I would
much
maybe
so.
leave that for
Yeah.
Q3, but I mean, if he's what I know, if he wants to show people his hand, then all power to him.
Well, to be fair, I can understand where he's coming from. Obviously, he's making his Div 1 debut. He raced in Division 2 on Friday, but obviously that race was written off. Or Midsies spun it on turn, I think it's 5 or 6 on that right-hander. And he's definitely... Does he think he's got some damage? Has he got some damage?
I'll ride on board and we'll see. He's got.
Oh, yeah,
right.
he has. He's got big damage. Big damage as Midsie. Here we coming in. Oh, it must have been a pretty heavy contact. That front wing looks ruined on the right-hand side.
The yellow flags seem to come out just after turn 5, and that is going to be the main difficult sequence to get your flying lap like properly carried out, because you've got turn 4. I was saying Dylan was kind of giving his own insight on the commentary last night, where the drivers don't really see the apex of turn 4 until the last possible moment. So you have to like really anticipate when you turn in for turn 4, and you have to make sure you turn in enough without cutting the inside, and then you can't really let the car run too wide on the outside, because you also get penalised for that as well. So turn 4 is going to be a real tricky bit to get right, and turn 5 is just more or less the same. Just don't touch the inside curb. It's an auto spin curb, as I see Ryan Jones just completely take a great deal of curb on the chicane. So I think he's kind of on his knack round that particular turn. But I feel like turn 4 and 5, where the yellow flags are just frequently coming out there now, and that's the Ferrari of Ryzen, who's went off at turn 5, and that's where the real challenge is going to be in terms of getting your lap right for qualifying and getting your and doing that 35 times consecutively without making a mistake in the race.
Very much so. Just panned quickly to Merckx. I just saw Merckx go purple in the middle sector. Ryan Jones goes fastest with a 16.2. It's just over a tenth faster than Dylan. Smoke has just started a lap, fresh to Division 1 as well. This is his second race. Merckx, there you go. Merckx goes fastest. It's a good time.
Definitely a strong lap there for
Merckx.
Definitely.
Freeman seems to be struggling at the minute. I think Freeman's done a few laps. Yeah, he seems to be invalidating a couple of times, but he's done alright this time. Heading round now, 17.6, fastest of the hard runners. Beats Jam by just over a tenth. Cut to Fingerboy here. He is on his lap. Cuts to the middle sector. Is that Midsie? Oh, no, it's not Midsie. It's going to be Sean Gregory. He's invalidated, so he's going again. I'm going to go back to Fingerboy here, coming up to the line. Coming towards the line.
Gonna get the stream loaded up on my phone. I forgot to actually do that.
That's right.
So we can see what's happening in chat. But what else have we seen? We've got just over 7 minutes left in the first qualifying session of 3. Mix is currently top at the timing sheets. As I say that, is smoke into the 15s. And I've watched Sean Gregory spin at turn 5, so I feel like turn 5 will be a
15. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I said. I think I said pole was a 16.5 or something like that, but it must have been a 15.
I think like. I mean, it could possibly have been a 15, but even still, a 16 is like a low 16 is really quick for this session in Hungary as well.
Off. Yeah.
Sean Gregory had a mistake at turn 5 as well, and
yeah, he's done several laps on those softs. He's gonna need to come in here. Is that Fingerboy on another lap? No, he's.
But
Anyone here on a lap? Not really.
we're kind of at that period where they're going to come back into the garage, just kind of analyse the strategy, analyse the tyres, like see what. Like I'm assuming I will see most of the drivers that are on hards going onto the softs just to make sure that they get themselves through. I can't really anticipate the main cut-off point at the moment. But obviously, like the bottom 5 get eliminated for the first session. So you've got your Para-Quicks, you've got Sean Gregory, Saxman, Midzi, and Redemption, who's already retired from the session. I must have missed that. But they're in the drop zone at the moment. Oh, quali ban.
Quali ban. Yeah.
Oh, bad boy.
Saxman. Oh yeah, Saxman all over the shop here in turn 1. Couldn't get the car straightened up there out of turn 1.
Turn 2 looked quite clean though. Clips the apex of 3. So I'm on board on the now, and you can't really see the apex of turn 4 until you see the curb on the exit there, and they kind of drifts wide, loses a wee bit of time there with a slide. Turn 5 keeps it tight. Keep yourself off that inside curb because that's just going to spin you round. Quick chicane here. I seen Ryan Jones take a bit of the curb on the left, and I think you can. I mean, his lap was valid, so he could get away with it. And this is just a quick left, right, a slow left, right, and then it gets quicker as you go through this sequence. And it's quite good when you've got the setup nailed for it, but he's kind of drifting a wee bit wide onto the exit curb there, but that actually helps your speed as you carry it through the second sector into the third. Doesn't clip the curb, but it's still a clean apex there. Lets the car drift out wide to get the traction sorted up for the penultimate turn, and then it gets a bit of a slide on there again, a wee bit too much a heavy right foot there, drifts wide, doesn't clip the apex on the final turn, but he gets himself more suited for the next flying lap, and he goes a 19.4, which isn't enough at this moment. He needs to go again.
Miles off the pace right now, yeah. But he's committed to the hards here, by the look of it. He's pushing again on this set. I mean, everyone else he's competing against, their best times. There's a lot of guys ahead of him who've done their best times on hards, but if we quickly pan to what they've got fitted, they've got the softs fitted. Some are out, setting laps, some are on out laps, some are in the pits and most likely going to be heading out. Smoke's retired, that is in the pits, so he's happy, he's going to be done with that. Saxman's found 3.5 tenths actually in the first sector, but at the minute that's probably not going to be enough because you've got the likes of Hamjam in 15th, who you really expect to improve. You wouldn't expect to see him be right on the cusp of Q1. There's Toro Rosso literally parked up there. That did throw me off a little bit, but it's Midzi's literally parked. He's got a Ferrari. He's got a Ferrari closing up on him for motion. Sorry, not motion hazard. Freeman's actually gone fastest in sector 1. Rosell gets a little bit of a slipstream off Midzi there. It's going to have helped him out. I'll quickly pan to, I think it's, Jam's actually already set a lap. Jam's gone 3rd. He's on his in lap now. Is that Fingerboy? It's not Fingerboy, it's a Haas. Is that Ham? It's not Ham. Who's it? It must be
Gregory.
Where's the other Haas? Oh yeah, Sudi Gregory. Oh, he's coming anyway.
Freeman's on a lap
Ferrari of Freeman. Yeah, Freeman's over a second up, so it's looking to get into the 16s here.
16-2.
16-2, not too shabby. Couple of bits of movement there. Para goes 10th, puts himself a little bit further away from the danger zone result. Up to the line now, goes 8th, pushes himself further away again. Who's this on our lap? I think it's Midsy's coming in. Fingerboy about to start a lap. That must be Jam behind him. Bez is about to start a lap. Saxman's actually pitted and he's moving on to the softs. He's going to be coming out soon. Sean Gregory is on a lap, but he doesn't seem to be pushing too hard. He's only running medium ERS. Sean Gregory improves, but he's still going to have to use a lot more of his ERS to get through. Jam, who is in danger, he's up 4.5 tenths. He's got the dirty hair of Freeman right in front of him.
That'll definitely not help him through that left-right twisty sequence there, but the Ferrari does move out the way.
Gone purple there.
Into the penultimate turn, like the wee bump just unsettles the car there, and that kind of hindered the braking there, let the car drift out maybe a wee bit wider than he originally wanted to. Same with the apex, just really clipping it, but he does carry enough speed there. He should improve it this time. And he goes up to P9.
Up to P9 for Ham. Midsy's retired. He's content. Who's this here? It's Motion Hazard about to start, making his SLR second debut. He's already raced in the league back in season 1 a long time ago, and he is making his second debut today. Bezos up to the line. He's up on his time. Bezos goes 8th. He looks like he's going to be all right. Sean Gregory is pushing, but he's running medium consistently. How is he expecting to improve his time running consistently on medium? I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
And the lap was 2.5 seconds slower as well.
Yeah, he's not up on his time.
This should be his flying lap here. Saxman as well. He did just get back into the pits in time for a set of softs, so he is on his soft run. It's quite crucial though, because he's not really been on track with the soft tyres. This is his first time getting a proper feel for it in these conditions. Nails turn 4 quite nicely there actually, same with 5. So he maybe is kind of finding his feet quite early on with the soft tyres. Into the chicane, very tidy there for what we can see. Into the slow left right, and then it's quickly followed by the quicker left right. Looks tidy. I really
Para goes up to P13.
And the checkered
Motion
flag
has
is
up to P14. Fingerboy up to the line now to push Sutsu Gregory down. Fingerboy 13. So the Motion Hazard is on the cusp here. Who's up next? It's going to be Bezos, and who's behind him? It's Saxman behind him. What can Saxman do here? Can he push Motion Hazard out? Yes, he can. Saxman goes 14th. And now Sean Gregory to push Para out. Can he do it? No, it's not enough. He improves, but nowhere near enough. Finally, Sutsu Gregory's up on his time. And he goes 16th, pushes Hazard down one more. So Sutsu Gregory, though, doesn't improve enough. Hazard couldn't find enough time, and neither could Sean Gregory. He was miles off the pace. He was another 1.5 seconds off the pace there. Quite sure what's happened to him there. He hasn't really seemed to find the groove in that session, really.
Hungary is like a really difficult track to kind of get your groove in. Like, I mean, if Hungary isn't a track that suits your style, then you are going to have such a difficult time here. And I think that might be what Sean Gregory was. I wasn't really on board with too many of his laps, but it could just be making a consistent mistake on each lap that he tried to put in, or invalidating it quite consistently as well. So there maybe is that wee bit of the benefit of the doubt there. But I mean, as you were saying, like, he's 2.5 seconds adrift of the fastest time in Q1, and he doesn't seem to have his groove there. It just seems to be missing. But Redemption, as you were saying, there's a qualifying ban, so he was the pitting time, and he starts from P20, and it is Hazard and Gregory, the two Gregorys go in Q1. So those are the eliminees in the first session.
Yeah, it's just a quick update. Freeman's told us it's going to be a wet beginning to the race, so we're going to see drivers using the soft tyre in this session to get themselves through to Q3. That could be interesting. We've got 28 viewers right now. Thanks for tuning in, fellas and ladies. We are very close to our 400 followers margin, so if anyone's new and watching the stream who's never been here before, make sure you drop us a follow. We'd love to break the 400 barrier tonight if we can. That would mean a lot to us. We recently broke 6,000 views and we're already at about 6,200 or near enough, so that's fantastic. Really looking forward to today's race, as I think the weather is really going to spice things up. I think we're going to see people on the softs here. Oh no, we haven't. We've got a variation. Maybe people haven't even looked at the weather.
I mean, like, we'll probably most likely see drivers if when Freeman updated it there with the weather and said it's a wet start to the race. We shouldn't be too surprised to see them on softs, purely because it will probably be an inter start if the rain does hit. So we should see drivers coming out on the softest compounded tyre to try and get the quickest lap in, because and the original rule is if the top 10 that go through from Q2 to Q3 have to start on the tyres that they qualify on, but because it's a wet start, that really doesn't apply. But it is quite surprising to see some of them coming out on. Oh, I mean, Freeman's coming out on hard tyres from the pit lane. Dylan's coming out on the mediums. So, I'm actually quite confused, especially if it is a wet start predicted.
Yeah, I was just thinking that Smokes just said could be a dry tyre start though. Freeman says probably not. But he goes out on the hard, so I'm not really
Freeman,
not really too sure.
Again, you're giving us two pieces of very conflicting information here. Like, I'm not really sure where you're getting it, son, but I'm not really sure what to believe now. Smoke says it could be a dry start, and I mean, that as situations where the track is greasy but not wet, and it is raining but it's not enough for wet tyres. So maybe Smoke's seeing that, and especially if it dries up in the race, intermediates on the start, if that is the case, really shouldn't have a long life cycle anyway if the conditions do improve anyway. But I'm still quite confused as to hearing that there is wet weather anticipated for the start, but we're seeing such a diverse selection of tyres for this session. I'm not really I can't get my head around that, but I mean, they have all the information. We're just getting fed through what they give us, so we don't have any information like that on hand.
Yeah,
so
well, if it's got like one like, you know, obviously on the what's the word? Oh, on the dash when you're driving and it shows you got a cloud with like one drop of rain. Sometimes that can mean you start on the hard tyres. So if that's what they've got, then I can understand what their thought process is. No, they don't want to take a risk, but for some people who don't take a risk and can't get through and they end up starting on inters, they'll be a bit gutted. Midzy starts us off 17.5. We've got a Renault. No, we haven't. They're into the pits.
Finger Boys the other round on, he's invalidated his lap. Bessers goes quickest on the mediums, only half a tenth quicker than Midzy, who's on the hard. Smoke 17.8 goes up to third. Yellow flag in the third sector, which has quickly been removed. Ryzen coming through the final turn up to the line with Kanhide. He's into the 127s, and I don't really think that'll get him through into Q3 with that. He'll need to go again. Saxman 4th. Freeman's coming through the final turn up to the line. 17.6, which is third fastest. So, I mean, maybe they're just trying to get themselves a bit more time to kind of.
Well, Dylan's gone 16.9 on the mediums.
And the McLaren number 14. It's a very iconic combination there, if I say so myself. But Dylan is the first into the 16s in this session, and he's half a second faster than Bez's.
Midzy's lost it on the final corner. That's not going to be good for him. Merckx is about to start his lap. That's Smoke on. No, Smoke is in. Bezos is going to be coming in here. No, he's not. Bezos is pushing again here. He's going to go again on the set by the look of it. Finger Boy is on a lap and he's coming up to the line.
Looked clean on the exit. 17.6. Fifth fastest.
Oh, where's that? Rizell just crashed into the wall and we just caught that. Just crashed into the pit lane wall and it reset him to the track. Didn't retire him though.
And Merckx is off in turn 3 as well.
Yeah, just seen that. Merckx is off. Craze Bear's invalidated. He's coming around again.
And that'll
Dylan's going to push again on this set.
Oh. Up to the line. 29. 15 seconds off. But I mean, he is an overtake, and he did take turn 1 quite aggressively and quickly there. So I think he is, like you were saying, just going for another lap here again. Once more, tight line through 2, lets the car run out to a wee bit wide on 3, gets a good line through it though, up to 4, and he's up by half a 10, clips inside a 4, does they let the car run out too wide on the exit, up to 5, perfect, probably as close as you can probably get without spinning, up to the chicane. How much curb does he take? I mean, he's got, like, there's a big sausage curb there for what we can see on board with him there, and he had the left wheel on the left side and the right side on the right, obviously, but he let the big sausage curb in the middle just kind of like graze the underside of the car, and maybe that's where they're kind of finding fractions of a second in terms like a lap time. But he is purple in the second sector, so he is improving on his time that he's already set into the penultimate corner. Keeps it tight, keeps it clean, keeps it tidy. Nice exit into the final turn. How does he take it? Down into third to help the turn in. Quickly back up to fourth for the traction. No. Clean exit, runs out ERS, but that shouldn't have affected too much. 2/10 improvement.
He's definitely got some pace, Dylan. It's really good to see him in Division 1. He definitely was in his comfort zone in Division 2, but he's definitely showing he's got some superb pace. I really can't wait to see how far he develops as the season progresses. Smoke is about to start his lap. Where's Hamjam? Is he on a lap? There he is on a lap, and he's not far away from the end of it either.
Takes the final turn. It's a bit of a snap on the exit there, a wee bit of oversteer.
It's enough for P3 though. Oh, where's Jam? We just missed Jam. He's starting his lap. No, he's not. He's just come round.
Nah,
he's just gone fourth.
Fourth fastest there. The two brothers on the second row together as it stands at the moment. Who else have we seen out on track? Paraquic's about to cross the line. Rangai's setting a 16.2 on the softs, so he's kind of committing to that. He's committing to a wet start with that. So it's
well, I think with him doing that, I think we're going to see a bit of a domino effect now. If I'm honest, I really think we're going to see several people start doing the same.
Definitely. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised to maybe see like drivers who are finding themselves in the elimination zone come the end of the session. They'll just be like, right, let's kind of like throw a bit of caution into the wind and just go in the softs and see what we can get with that. And then that's just going to, like as you say, it's going to create a domino effect. It's going to create this ricochet, like tyre preference and tyre strategy. So like maybe like people who are in the bottom end of the timing sheets are going to just like, right, we'll go in the softs and see what happens. And that could be quite influential in terms of who goes out and who goes through to Q3, and then it also influences the strategy as well, especially if it's a dry start. So it kind of throws a lot of like components into the air, and we don't really know how to anticipate it at this moment.
Yeah, well put. We just saw Smoke go second and fastest the medium runners.
And see, I think
with a
that's your kind of
16.6.
And that's your point, kind of literally just taking effect there, Ranga. I'm just seeing Dylan and Craze Bear third and fourth in the pits, and they're changing their tyres to soft, so we could potentially see them coming back out as well. So
they're sat there on their softs ready to go, just in case they need to come out in a moment's notice.
Definitely, I think like we will see I think I'll throw it out there. I think there will be. I'll probably agree with you in saying that there's a domino effect about to take place, and I feel like the majority of drivers in this session will opt for the softer tyre. So I'll be brave and say that, but we are literally just under the 5 minute mark in Q2, so anybody else is out on a lap at the moment. Freeman's
Yeah,
says,
Ham's on one here. He's got a bit of traffic. Rezel's right in front of him there. That was very close.
It honestly looked like he was about to just drive into the back of him there on my screen there as soon as I flicked over to Ham, and the Ferrari was just like, right, it was on the outside, but like the way that you take the final turn, like you want a really wide entry so you can carry the speed and clip the apex on the inside. And that Ferrari of Ryzen, I think that's Ryzen, because Freeman's somewhere else on the lap, that's Ryzen. So
yeah,
the Ferrari just getting in the way there. I don't really know if he lost too much time, but it looked like a heart in the mouth moment as soon as you flicked onto it, because the Haas, it just looked like he was avoiding the Ferrari when really he was probably just turning in. But it probably could have lost him a good 10 for 2, maybe even more, because that will really unsettle the braking into there and the turn in.
Yeah, very much so. We've got a lot of drivers out on track now. Starting to get to the crunch point now as to who can get into Q3. Top 4 are all sat there on softs, ready to go.
And they are probably in a prime position as well, because they've got themselves set up to come back out when needed. Whereas you've got maybe drivers who are like Ham Jam, who's literally just coming out of the pits now as I speak, but like people who are out on the track don't really have too much time to come in and change out the soft tires. I see Midzi getting a bit of his drift on through turn 10. Turn 10 was a very problematic turn in last night's race. That's where most of the accidents seem to occur, on the exit of the second sector, the third sector delta line. That's where Sprightly crashed out last night. That's where Neelix spun and then came back onto the track quite dangerously, and took Scopes kind of had to take a void action, and he unfortunately retired as well. I'm trying to think who else happened there. I'm sure Crush spun there a couple of times, and that is probably going to be a problematic turn. I mean, I never thought of it to be problematic, but I mean, especially when you're on warm tyres and the car just kind of steps out, so I feel like turn 10 is probably an area where we need to watch as well. Just purely to see like how much speed people can carry through there, especially on the exit curb where you need to take that exit curb for speed, as well as tyre conditions through there. And obviously last night is just living evidence that quite a lot of drama can happen there. So I think drivers will be a bit more cautious when they come through there. But
yeah,
we are
most definitely. Top 7 are now on softs. We've got Jam and Ham both on outlaps. Freeman's now on an outlap. I think it's only a matter of time. Bez is on an outlap and Sax on an outlap, but both on the mediums.
drivers such
Rizal
as
puts himself in the top 10.
it's gonna put drivers.
Smokes back out.
Oh, sorry. It's gonna put drivers like Ryan Jones, Midzi, Fingerboy, Bezos, all these people still on the mediums and out on the mediums. They're not going to get time to come back in for soft tyres and go out again. They're not going to get time, so they need to put a lap in on the mediums. And Midzi goes, he did. I thought he improved there. But he is coming across the line to go P7, so he's getting through on mediums. Ninja's in P4 on the mediums as well. But we're really needing a big ask.
Midzi could be in trouble. He could be very close because we've got Freeman, Jam and Ham all below him, all on the soft tyre. And he's got Ryan Jones, who is out on track, but he's not on a lap. Rizal's not on a lap. Fingerboy's not. Bezos is on a lap, and he's up on his time. Midzi could be cutting it close there. That's going to be it for him for the session, so he's just going to have to hope. We're going to cut to Jam at the minute. I think he's the first of the soft runners. He's up by 3/10 just in the first sector. So it's really interesting. These boys on the soft really are committing to the wet, because obviously if it was the dry, it's almost suicidal to start on the softs. as we saw yesterday with the likes of Scott. Although Scott did do well, he was significantly slower, and I feel like especially in Division 1, if someone is significantly slower, then they'll get swallowed up.
Definitely, like the soft tyres as well. If it is a dry start, they
Roselle's
go off
crashed.
so quickly.
Roselle has actually crashed.
Checkered flag falls. Ryan
Look
Jones,
at that, he's
11th.
crashed straight on. He's crashed
Turn
straight
two?
on there, so Roselle... Yeah, turn 2, he's gone straight. Not quite sure what's happened there.
Highly
Ham's gone
unusual.
fastest for the 15.9.
He retires in 8th.
Ham's gone
ninth.
second. It's Freeman now.
Midzi might get out a jail card here because Ryan Jones, Fingerboy and Bez, as the session's over for them and Saxman's invalidated, so Midzi, by the skin of
he's
his
fine.
teeth on
He's
mediums,
through.
gets through on that. Talk about cutting it close.
Dylan's going to set his lap on the soft tyre. I think he is. Smoke's just gone faster for the 15.7, so Smoke... Wow, almost... Dylan's gone second as well. So the two of the new boys in Division 1 going first and second here. Two of them old Division 2 drivers as well.
Honestly, like, I mean, if there's one person I've got to praise is Smoke, because like I've raced with Smoke before and I've just watched him grow as a driver. Like I remember commentating in Division 2 when I first came into SLR and seen him in Austria, and he did really well there, and he was getting promoted up to Division 1, and he's just topping the timing sheets. Like I've got a bit of a Scottish leaning towards him as well because I'm Scottish myself, but I've honestly seen Smoke just getting better time and again every time that we're out on track, and I can't sing his praises enough. So it is really like it's like feel like a proud dad, really, like just seeing him doing so well. Like that's how I can put it. Like
Yeah.
because like,
No, I can
Smoke
relate.
has
I
just
can definitely relate.
his improvement it's definitely been noticeable, like over time, and it's well earned. Like he does put the time in, he puts the commitment in, and I mean he can be well proud of himself and how he's improved.
Well, he's gone from in SLR. He's gone from Div 3 to Div 2, and he's now, look at that, at the top of Div 1 after Q2. And SLR Dylan was not too far behind him. He only just beat Jamham by 0.02 of a second. Ham not far behind, neither was Merckx. Freeman, Para, G-Ninja, Craze Bear and Midzi all making it through. Ryan Jones didn't make it through. Roselle actually crashed right at the end of the session. Fingerboy, Bez and the Saxman couldn't make it through either. Saxman was on the hards again. So couldn't have got his strategy right. We just quickly caught at the end of the session Crazed Bear backing out of his lap just in case he could just in case it's a dry start, he will start on the medium, so it'll put him in a good position for the race. Smoke's just put in the chat going to be used tyres for the first run now, so maybe when they pick their tyres they didn't expect the sort of situation they're in, so they've had to use softs for Q1, softs for Q2, and now they're going to have to use a scrub set for their first run in Q3, and then save their fresh set for right at the end of the session when the track's at its peak and they can go for pole. Who is the first one out? It is a Toro Rosso. It's going to be Midzi. There he is.
Like the situation in terms of the weather's really kind of threw a spanner into the works for all the drivers for this session, like especially for Q3, because they've had, like you were saying, they have to use the soft tyres in Q2 to get themselves through into Q3, and they need to make sure that they don't actually use that set because they're just going to make it worse, especially if it's a dry start. Because the soft compound tyre, they have a great life cycle here in Hungary. Like the nature of the circuit is just highly degrading for the tyre. So the tyre gets put through its paces on a track where it's just tight, twisty, technical, like the 3Ts. So they're going to have to be really cautious if it is a dry start on these soft tyres, and they're going to have to be extra cautious if they're going to use the set that they got them through Q2 in this session. So it's just a matter of like picking and choosing your tyre, and then using the fresh set at the end, like you were saying, when it's at its peak, at its optimum.
Yeah, it could be so treacherous. Dylan said in the chat he's got 2 fresh sets, so some guys might have picked the softer strategy in terms of tyres, so they will be lucky enough to have 2 fresh sets.
And we've seen
it's a luck of the draw. We'll ride a ball with
and,
Midzi though.
and it is purely just what we saw in last night's race when we've seen Scott and Neelix on the soft tyres at the start. They looked really quick. We've seen Scott gone from P5 to P2 at turn 1 running the outside, and then the tyres just dropped off in like lap 4 or 5, and then the grip just went in the rears, and it's the rears that take the most damage just purely through traction zones, because these corners are really slow and technical. So trying to preserve the tyre life is going to be important for people on the soft tyres, and tyre management is definitely going to be like a crucial factor in their driving ability and their driving style as well. But we are on board with Midzi. He is the first one out to set a time, and he's went purple in this session, as we see the Alpha.
He does drive some lovely lines though, doesn't he? You look at him and he's on a pad as well, but some of the lines he takes and the speed he carries through the corners is phenomenal.
I've drove with half of the boys in this division, so I ken what their speed's like, what their driving style's like, and kind of just how they just drive naturally. And Midzi is like on a pad, and he's just really rapid. Like, he kind of just sets the bar like a different level. And I say that, and Ninja just goes pole. But no, I mean, like Midzi, Smoke, Ham, Jam, Mercs, raced with all of them, still race with them now. But and I just ken that they are 5 really quick drivers. And Ryan Jones as well, he was in Q2. Like, I ken how they all drive and what their racecraft is like, what their strategies like, what their skill level is. And honestly, like, back to Midzi, like Midzi is just, he kind of like sets like a new level for pad users.
Sure does, yeah.
He's just definitely, he's got some kind of knack about him that he can just squeeze like a few 10-foot like tenths or 2 when he really needs to. So he is really good under pressure as well. So I definitely, I mean, we're hyping him up so much. Like, I do expect to see him like at least in the top 4 at the end of the session, and there's where I would set it out for him. But while we're sitting talking about qualifying results, positions and such, be sure to fire into the chat who you think's going to be in pole position, and even say who's going to be the top 3, and we'll see what you say and we'll see what we say. So do you have
it's
any...
interesting to see. Sorry, carry on. We've got.
Oh, so I was going to say, do you have like an edge? Like, do you have any? Do you have like any feeling about who's going to go in pole? Who's your pole position driver?
I don't know. It's hard to tell after that first run, because you can tell by the times a load of them are on an old set of tyres. I think it's evident to see that G Ninja and Dylan weren't, hence the times they've set. It really could be any of the current top. I'm looking between Ham and G Ninja, and I really can't decide who I think it could be. Honestly, it's really, really hard to tell. And I had to stick my neck out there and pin one person down and say I'd probably go with Midzi, just because he, as you just said, he always seems to deliver under pressure, and he always seems to be able to find that 10th or 2 whenever he needs it. I think he might need more than a 10th or 2 this time, but I just think, especially on a fresh set of tyres, a track that suits him, a track that suits the pad as well, I think it's hard to look past him. I really do.
I'd probably put Midzi on. I'd say Midzi at least top 3 is a safe bet. I'd say you get like an easy return on that if you were to go to the bookies and put it on, but I'm not encouraging gambling, so just ignore that particular phrase. But but no, I feel like Midzi is really capable of putting in lap times, but like that will get him to the top of the timing sheet when he needs to. So like on these final runs, he is kind of just focused. He's like a horse with blinkers on. Like, he just has one goal, and that's just to improve. So I will vouch for him for a top 3. I'll put him in pole 2 just to be safe, and we'll if he's on it, we both win. If he's no, we both lose. So I mean, like we'll just kind of play it safe and just go for a mutual agreement on that one. But I mean, Smoke says in the chat, stick with the team. I suppose I think he's Smoke a wee shout out to just because he's Scottish. So, but I'm looking through the chat just to see what else has been said. And no, really too much going on other than that. Steve-O did say hi to, so what's happening, Stephen?
Hello, Steve.
Good to have you along with us. Youngie says, can't believe Smoke went for Sauce in Q2. I mean, a fair few of them went for Sauce in Q2, and most of these runs are...
Oh, Para!
Oh, that was...
Para's... He's given up on his lap last minute, I think, and just tried to dive in.
I think that was probably the decision he had to make there, because if he went and run again, it would have been really like fine timing to get himself out for a final run. And Merckx is out on an outlap the now, so he's kind of going early on his fresh set of softs. So, but he needs to put a lap in as well, because he's sitting at 10th at the moment. He's not got a time on the screen yet. So, Amico says Dylan for pole, maybe. Freeman says close indeed. Eamon Remy says fuel ran out, had to pit last minute, and I'm assuming that is Para who's in P9.
That is Para, yeah. Ham's up by 2/10 in the first sector.
That's another, like, the Jam and Ham brothers are really quick as well. Like, they're two drivers that I've drove with as well and seen them just improving over the years, and like they are kind of like in the same level. I'd say they're all in this like Midday, Jam, Ham, Merckx, Ryan, like Freeman, Dylan, like they're all in just like this one big bracket now. Like just in terms of lap times, in terms of race pace, racecraft, etc. Like this is the pinnacle at SLR, and if it's unpredictable, then it's definitely serving its purpose.
Without that.
Ham,
he's on second.
So you'll need to save.
Still coming out now.
This will be the final runs, getting themselves run in time, making sure they've got enough time for a fast lap. Maybe if you're lucky, they might get two in.
Merckx is invalidated. Oh, how was Merckx invalidated there? Oh, what a disaster. That's a really, really hard corner to invalidate on, really. I mean, it's easy to invalidate it, but in terms of places to invalidate, that's quite a hard place.
Was that just doing in turn 3 there? Because I literally just jumped on as soon as you said invalidated.
Yeah,
so that's just the
turn 3, the right-hander, he just cut the curb just a little bit too much. Jam is running none. So maybe he's just putting another... He's not invalidated, so he must be just putting a lap in without pushing, really.
He's going to have the Haas, teammate, his brother behind him is going to have the Ferrari, a Freeman, Red Bull, a Para.
A lot of traffic here. A lot of traffic here in the third sector.
This is going to be the 5 o'clock end of the work hour. Rush hour traffic.
Dylan is yet to come out the pits. Oh, there he goes. Just as I say that, it's going to be quite a bit of a... I mean, he's going to be fine, but he doesn't want to go too slowly.
He's going to have to watch it.
Loads and loads of traffic here in the third sector, though. Loads of it.
I think Dylan's kind of threw himself into the deep end there with that late release, because he's going to have all the drivers breathing down his neck on fast laps, and he's on an outlap trying to get temperature into these tyres. The smoke goes fastest. We're just over a minute left in Q3, and it's anybody's game for pole position as it stands, as Dylan has to get out of the way for the Williams and Merckx, who is on his flying lap, and it's his final flying lap. This lap needs to count, Merckx, if you're wanting to put a time in on this session, but we are in the final minute, and Jam is going to be the first person to put a lap in. So being first on the final runs is brave, because the track always improves, so you kind of set yourself up to put a time in as it goes purple second sector. We'll sit on board with him now through the final sector, through the penultimate turn, keeps it tight, downshifts the second. He's really relaxed on the throttle there, so he wasn't really want to put his foot through the flare there on the exit, and you don't want it in case you spin, but there's a wee snap there once again if you've seen it on the wheel, but shouldn't have hindered him too much. Only third fastest though. Who's next across the line? It is Freeman. Freeman goes fifth. Red Bull or Para puts in a time.
Dylan's just started now. Dylan's almost had Merckx blocking, but I think he's just about made it round. Ham's gone fourth. And this is Midzi now. Midzi up to the line, I think, now. Midzi goes fastest, 15.6. Just beats Smoke.
7,000 a second in it.
Absolute hair. Craig's Bears invalidated.
Oh,
That's
and
going to be it
Dylan's
for him.
away. Dylan's away on his lap.
Oh, Dylan's crashed. Where's a Red Bull? Where's that Red Bull? Here you go. He's crashed it here. Oh, no, that's a shame.
Oh, that is just devastating for Dylan on the flying lap. I didn't really see what happened, but I just seen his McLaren pirouetting off the inside wall at turn 4, so I'm assuming that he must have clipped too much of the inside curb at 4 and then lit it up on the exit. So that's the only real logical reasoning behind that I can really kind of come up with at the minute. But a mistake on his final run has cost Dylan a chance of pole. But P8 on your debut is pretty solid, especially when the level of competitiveness is higher than it is in Division 2 and 3. So I think he can still be proud of his 8th place in qualifying. But Midzi comes through the final turn. I don't think he's improving. I think he's just coming through in his wee parade lap here after securing pole position. So it's Midzi for Smoke for Ninja. Not even a 10th in Para there, 3,000 a second off Ninja and Ham and Jam. The battle between first and sixth was a 10th. A 10th.
That's ridiculous. It's not even 2/10 between first and 8th.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, it is. It's just over 2/10. Oh no, it isn't. No, it's not. It's
under 2/10. Aye.
It's just under
right
2/10. Yeah.
Absolute staggering. What have we seen in the chat? Smoke for pole, says Beast Assassin. Smoke with his wee crying emoji after losing it. So it's just so disappointing to lose it with 7,000 a second. Literally nothing in it. Freeman says bottled the final sector. Dylan said had too much time left on that lap. Freeman says feel you, and Beast Assistant says unlucky to Dylan, but there we are. That is our qualifying. Midzi's our pole position man. We called it, so we'll take credit for that, lads. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But Smoke and Ninja, Para as well. Top 4, Ham and Jam sharing the third row. Freeman, Dylan 4th, and Mex and Crazed Bear rounding out the top 10. And that is our grid. Oh.
Now for a 5-minute break. Let's hope no one readies up like they did last night.
Oh, and it's raining.
Oh, and it's wet. It is definitely Inter's weather. That has to be Inter's weather. Yeah, there you go. They're all on Inter's.
They're off spinning. I'm getting the reloading screen for them all, so I can't see the tyres. But if it is intermediates, it definitely means
you've just press the pause button and go on race director.
Oh,
you can all see you can see the tyre. They're all on Inter's. Mr. Reimer's joined us after qualifying, or during qualifying. He's going to be starting at the back of the grid behind Redemption, who served his qualifying ban. Oh, Sutsia Gregory's ready up.
Oh, Gregory!
No.
I was going to use this to go to the state. Use my brake. Oh, I'm still using the brake. I'll be back in 2 minutes, Ranga.
No worries,
literally
mate.
just taking a plate down.
Yeah, no bother, no bother. Just as we were saying, let's hope no one readies up like they did last night. That's a shame. Right, what have we got in the stream chat? Steve-O. What does Steve-O want? Oh, he's not talking to us, he's talking to Smoke. but it is close. 7 thousandths of a second between Smoke and his first Div 1 pole. Here we have it. And the lobby has fully glitched. Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, okay. That's not quite. Wow. Okay. Wow.
What's happened there?
Oh, they're all bidding it. It's an absolute I think it was Para. Just Para lost it, or deliberately lost it, and he was just skidding sideways along the track and just collecting everyone as he went.
Oh, I'm just seeing a bit of an expensive wreck at the end of turn 1.
What is Para doing here? Look at him.
I think he's sitting off right in front of the racing point there. I think he's just celebrating a wee bit early there. But
Is this the formation lap?
I'm hoping
Right,
it
it's
is.
showing the formation. Well, it's yeah, so am I, but it's not showing anything, and he's getting damage, and you're not getting put back to the grid. I feel like that might have been left off or something as well by accident.
That might be them. That's I'm looking at Ninja and his rear right tire's about to just break into the
Yeah, look at
engine cover. So he might be out for the session if the race was to go ahead, but I'm just looking through to see what's happening.
G Ninja's managed to take both wheels off the right-hand side of the car. Yeah, that's an invite
Literally.
from Ham.
I literally 2 minutes away and I miss all this. 2 minutes.
It was pretty funny watching some cars get collected at the start. I have to say that.
I'll need to watch that bit back on the stream, and it says to me the session that I'm in is no longer available, so I think everybody is just disconnecting
I'll
and
invite you.
rejoining the new one. Oh, there we go. I'll need to watch the session back for the melee into turn 1.
Para says, when I get the chance to do free donuts, I do.
Quite right. I've never seen donuts on a formation lap. So I think you learn something new every day. Or you see something new every day rather. But while we're trying to get all the drivers back in and getting the grid set up once again, just be sure to use this wee 5-minute interval to go and stretch your legs, get a wee coffee, toilet break and such. And if you've got any questions or queries for myself or Ranga, please be sure to fire them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. At the same time, just be sure to fire in your predictions for the race winner, podium, fast lap. What was going to happen at turn 1, you let us know. Gaming Remy says, but they were 1/10 though. The battle for pole position was insanely close. Couldn't put a cigarette paper between the 6 drivers in terms of their actual lap time. And then Freeman says, when I get the chance to take out Jam, I do. No, fair enough. That's one way you're trying to kind of come up with an excuse or a reason for your driving. But no, just be sure to let us know what you think about what's going to happen in the race, who's going to win, podium, fastest lap, any just general discussion. Just be sure to fire something in and we'll make day for the wee bit of filler that we've got the now. Use this interval for toilet breaks, coffees, food, drink, toilet, anything. And be sure to join us for what's going to be 35 laps of entertainment.
Smoke said he bottled his lap in sector 2 if he had point 0.4. Smoke had 4 tenths left.
4 tenths in a track like Hungary was
4 tenths to fine. Wow.
that must have been. I mean, for 4 tenths of a second improvement over everybody else would be that second sector being properly hooked up and nailed to absolute perfection. Because Sector 2 is just so technical and it's really like precise about turning in for certain turns, what you can exploit, what you can't exploit, speed carrying through the second sector through 4 and 5, which is difficult enough in itself, the chicane, which is really tricky for braking, and the big sausage curbs on the inside. You've got the quick left and right, the slow left and right, and the quick left and right in the second sector as well. So it's a really difficult area to improve in. But if you're improving before tenths, then I want to see what you're like through there on the race for 35 laps. Oh, it means you're gonna get a 15.4.
By also readying up, it means that Sudsia Gregory will get put right at the back, so Mr. Reimer will start in 19th. And then Redemption, after having a qualifying ban, will find himself in 18th.
So the penalty for starting up before the 5 minute interval is just starting at the back of the grid.
Yeah, at the back of the grid for 2 weeks. So it's this week and the next week.
Off?
It's harsh, but it's harsh, but most of the time, I mean, obviously it's a bit ironic considering what's happening right now, but most of the time it stops stuff like this from happening.
No, exactly. I mean, if you're
And
here to say, if the rule is you're here for a break, like this is your break time, so your period just to sit and reflect, think about what you're doing, stretch your legs, toilet break, etc., then readying up just looks like you're trying to get an advantage on that, which is not really an image you really want to have. But just looking through the chat again, he says he hit the curb turn 5 and started to oversteer, so like turn 5 is probably going to be one of the areas we're going to have to keep our focus on, because it's just so easy to clip that inside curve if you get just too much turning into 5 or the steering is sensitive. So turn 5 can probably cause a lot of issue for drivers, especially on full fuel tanks. Merck says, imagine being 3 tenths off pole and being ninth. I mean, the competitiveness in this league and the closeness of everybody is just, it's nearly unheard of. Like, you very rarely see that. Like a tenth between 6 drivers, 2 tenths by 8, and then 3 tenths for ninth and 10th. So to see it as close as it is quite a rare sight, to be fair. Gaiman Remy says he went wide before the hairpin. Iceman Liam's asking what the weather is for the race. The weather's starting in intermediate conditions, but it dries up during the race. Smoke says he could have got a 15.4, so a 2 tenths improvement. Light rain at the start, then dry. And Merckx will take another Q3. Gaiman Remy says close all season, closest league he is in at the moment. Glad to hear it. Really glad to hear that.
Oh, well, there's something interesting that just popped up on my phone. Obviously, you know, with the current climate in the world, Sky News has just sent me a notification saying the Belarus president refuses to cancel anything and says vodka and saunas will ward off coronavirus.
That's that's one way to cope with what's going on in the world, to be fair, but I don't know if it would get rid of it entirely. But I mean, I love his optimism, I'll give him that, but I don't really know what that's going to really amount to. But I seen like the Belarus football league is like one of the very few football leagues that are still operating. So, I mean, if you're wanting your football fix, troops, just tune into Belarus. They've got some football going on still. But no, especially in the current climate, it's quite brave. It's very risky though. So maybe they can something we don't, but I don't know. Seems a bit ludicrous to be fair. Like it's just, oh, we're not going to cancel it, and we're just going to risk it. Might as well. But Eamon Remy says, I mean, you can't just go easy in Q1, otherwise you're out. Aye, that's kind of the point. Like, like, um, and he says positive thing that everybody has fresh tyres for the race. That is a fair point. To be fair, everybody's got that same advantage. So, all the tyre selection, tyre preferences, kind of really amount to nothing now, purely because we've restarted the session. Do we still have the interval of 5 minutes before the race?
It's like 2 or 3 minutes. It's whatever the admins decide.
Ah, so it's been slashed. No worries. Back into these intermediate conditions. It's good to see that we are sheltered in our wee commentary boxes. We don't need to stand out in that or nothing like the fans. One thing I noticed about Hungary, there's not really many grandstand. I mean, you've got the main grandstand, and you've got the stand in turn 2, but then the rest, everybody just sits on the house. So you don't really, like, the fans don't really have much shelter here. So this rain
I
isn't
think,
really going to bode well.
yeah, I was going to say it's quite a warm country, but I remember the last race in Hungary, or no, was it last race in Hungary? I can't remember if it was last season or season before. In genuine real life, it was absolutely tipping it down. I think it was the 2018 season. It was
Aye, it was a
absolutely
2018 one.
pouring. It was quite a good race in the season, if I remember. But it was isn't that when the famous Alonso deck chair photos surfaced? I'm pretty sure it was then, or it might have been the season before.
It was the 20. I mean,
Was it
I think
18
it
or
was
17?
2017. I think it was the 17 season because I think they were still probably Honda at the time. Alonso was just. I
Right.
mean, Alonso's my man. He was the guy that got me. He was the guy that I rooted for when I first came into Formula One, and I've followed him since. Like I've been an avid follower of Formula One since like what? Like I've watched it on and off through my life, but to sit doing every weekend and watch the races, it was like 2010. So like this would have been my 10th year watching it. And Alonso was just the kind of guy I was like, I like him. I've heard his name before. I'll support him. Just followed him everywhere, and he went to McLaren, and he just became a meme. So, he's kind of tarnished the reputation that he had in a sense. But 2017 was the deck chair incident. I say incident as if it was like some kind of crime, but it was a crime against his cell, if anything. But
Yeah, I mean that's one way to see it. He was such a fantastic driver, though. It's hard to criticize him. Obviously he was really drawn the short straw at McLaren, and he left at the wrong time. Had he been there last season, I wouldn't have put it past him to do brilliantly in that car. But saying that,
he's
the
a
two
very
current drivers didn't do too bad either, did they?
he's a very wrong time type of guy. Like he always kind of like goes to places when they hit their decline. Like so, like Ferrari were average or good at best, and then when they left, they were race winning material, championship contending material. Goes to McLaren when they were actually decent in the early 2010s. The mid 2010s were actually average 2014. Goes to 2015 with Honda, and they just hit this big slump. Um, he went back to Renault after his first stint at McLaren, and they were in a slump too. Um, so he is just that kind of wrong time, wrong place kind of thing. Same with IndyCar when he tried the 500, went to McLaren last year, didn't even qualify. So he's just very unlucky that way. But
Just something I've noticed quickly is that because of Redemption's qualifying ban, they've actually put Mr. Reimer in front of him. So Mr. Reimer starts 18th and Redemption 19th, but because of Gregory readying up on the grid, he drops down from P12 or 13. I think it's 13. Could be wrong.
mm-hmm.
But he drops down to the back of the grid.
It's the penalty you pay when you ready up before everybody else. But
Yeah, that's Like we said, it's harsh, but hopefully it'll make people learn the rule. Obviously, there's quite a number of new drivers in the league, and in particular in Division 1, so hopefully this is the way for them to learn. Midzy now will take us round the corner. ERN Smoking P2, G Ninja P3, Para P4, Hamjam P5, Jamham P6, SLR Freeman P7, SLR Dylan P8, Aeron Mercs P9, and XR Craze Bear rounds off the top 10. Ryan Jones 11th, Rizal 12th, Fingerboy 13th, Bezos 14th, Saxman 15th, Motion Hazard 16th, Sean Gregory 17th, Mr. Reimer 18th, Redemption 19th, and Sudsia Gregory gets to his grid slot around about now in P20. We are ready for the start of the Hungarian Grand Prix here in Division 1. We've got the intermediate tyres on. Let's try and get a nice little show from the start of the grid. There you go, Can Smoke get on the inside of Midzy into turn 1. That's a really short light sequence and we're off. Midzy's got a fantastic start in the wet. Smoke's going to get done by Para potentially around the outside, but Midzy's going to lead comfortably into turn 1 here. Para in the middle, Smoke up the inside. Doesn't look too bad at the minute. They're definitely keeping their distance. ERN Smoke's been overtaken there by Para. Fingerboy and Motion Hazard going at it further down the grid. Jamham around the outside of Freeman. Freeman's in the sandwich of the Jamham and Hamjam brothers. There's a Williams off the track there. That's definitely going to be Mercs. Rizal's gone up 4 positions already. We're not even halfway around the lap, and Rizal is up into P8. Dylan's had some sort of problem. He's definitely still got all of his front wing, but he's down 4 places in P12 at the minute. Absolutely no sacrifices given here by the drivers. They're not given an inch here. Smoke has not been helped by the wet weather. He doesn't seem to get good starts anyway. And Para has definitely taken the opportunities up to P2. He's up 2 positions here as Para. It's a really, really good start, and he's within a second of Midzy as well. He's going to try and stick to the back of him if he can, but Para has really shown some good pace so far. G Ninja taking a look at the back of Smoke. G Ninja doesn't seem to be lagging today as well, which is really good. He seemed to have a bit of connection issues last week and in the Invitational, but right now he seems to be just fine. Smoke goes a bit deep by the look of it. G Ninja close. Motion Hazard, something's happened there. He's gone way off the track, and he's lost 3 places. He's down in P19. Saxman has lost 5. Saxman down in last place here. Will we see anyone jump in the pits? I think we've had a clean lap 1. No one in the pits. The entire grid stays out. Dylan, the big loser really. Dylan and Saxman and Motion Hazard, the big losers from lap 1. Rizal up P4, up 4 places into P8. He's a big winner as things stand. Para's also had a really, really good start. Ham and Jam staying where they are. Freeman's right behind them. There's not a lot to separate them right now, Riggs.
Honestly, I'm quite impressed and quite surprised to see that everybody was getting through the first corner and 100% car fitness and keeping it clean. As you were saying, nobody was really giving up too much of a sacrifice on that first lap. It's quite impressive to see everybody is still within this big train with clean cars and still facing the right way, still being part of the race. So I'm quite impressed with that. Kudos to everybody for getting through the first lap cleanly and fairly. But as you were saying, Smoke was kind of like quite sluggish off the start. Quickly lost.
Oh, there you go. Rizal's made an error. Rizal's made an error, and he's almost hit the side of Dylan. Oh, that's close. He's lost 4 places there, Rizal. Sorry to interrupt you there, Riggs. Just almost saw the potential for a big collision there.
And we're starting to see the top 2 in Midzy and Para actually like his action to get past Smoke kind of like is underscored here purely because Smoke is starting to build up a bit of a train behind him. So he's not really finding his groove at this stage in the race. So it is just a matter, like, this is the first time they've had intermediate conditions this weekend, so they'll need to like take a lap or 2 to get themselves familiarised, work with the differential settings, work with the brake bias, because that's all you can really change on the wheel. So they're going to have to try and fix that and try and get it suited to their style.
Bezos has just lost out to Redemption and Fingerboy. Here we go, and Wheel, and Redemption's round, and he's reversed on the track.
Where is he? Oh, he's at turn 2, I was going to say. I couldn't.
He's at turn 2. Went side by side with Fingerboy. He just looked kind of wheel to wheel sort of thing, and he's just the tiniest tap, especially on that corner, has just turned him round. Rizal's gone wide again, or some sort of issue there we just saw on board with Fingerboy. But yeah, as you were saying, sorry, Smokey's really building up this train. He's 2.5 seconds back pretty much on Para. Midzi loves these conditions. We did see what he was like in the wet. Where was it before? I think it was in the Invitational. Was it in the Invitational? I can't remember where it was. Was it last week? We were definitely talking to Midzi about wet weather driving, and he was saying how much he likes it and how he's faster in the wet than he is in the dry. And so far, he's got a lead of 2.2 seconds, and he's really, really showing that Para is looking good in P2 as things stand. We've got all 20 drivers all still present. No one's pitted. Motion Hazard's lost out. He's down in the back of the grid now, right behind Redemption, who's had that spin. His tyres are going to be a little bit hot as well, but should be okay with the rain.
And well, that's
Bezos goes a little bit deep there. Razel up the inside of Bezos here, wheel to wheel. And they're going side by side here into turn 2. Bezos tries to cover him off and keep the inside line. Razel looks for a bit of a switch back on him, but Bezos cuts that off and defends that nicely.
And while they're battling, they're losing it in time to Fingerboy in front, who's losing it in time to Dylan. And Freeman is kind of all over the back of Jam now. His Ferrari's being hidden in the spray of the Renault. That's how close he is, as he was on lap 4 there, and he is still right there. So Freeman is definitely looking a bit more confident in terms of his actual driving ability in these conditions this early on. Jam is still keeping pace with his brother, but his brother's kind of slugging off for Ninja and Smoke. But Ninja might maybe look, if he gets a great run out of the final turn on this lap, then he should be able to get Smoke into into turn 1, sorry, no Q1. But
Smoke's gone really wide there.
Smoke just really doesn't seem to... He's not really losing it in too much time to Para, but Para is losing it to Midzi. So Midzi is just, as you were saying, running off with this, and his wet weather skills are really kind of coming into play as he's building this gap. But Ninja is right in the slipstream of Smoke. He'll need to pull it if he's looking up into turn 1. I got a connection.
Struggling here. Smoke's got a really, really bad exit out of that. Ninja's just gone straight past him.
And up into P3, and Smoke will have Ham Jam in his wing mirrors. So Ninja makes his way past. So he'll have some clear air until he runs up to the back of Para. Midzi has a 3.3 second gap. Much else going on in the field. Big train for 3rd place, and then you've got a wee bit spaced out between Dylan and Fingerboy. It's Freeman's up inside the Jam.
Oh, it's a good move, but look at it. Jam's just
the inside of Jam, sorry. Oh, but Freeman definitely made his way past Jam there, and that'll work in favour of the Ferrari. Like, Ferrari and Freeman were looking really confident and comfortable, even sitting behind in the spray and the slipstream of the Renault. So, and there's yellow flags out in the second sector, and that's a Williams. Is that a Mercedes?
Ryan Jones, Bear have had a collision. Craze Bear, oh my word, that was Mr. Reimer who almost collected them both, but Ryan Jones is facing the complete wrong way.
And it's that tricky turn 10 again. Don't know what happened there. Don't know if they maybe had contact, or maybe one was sliding and lost it and picked the other one up. Didn't actually fully catch 100% there, but it's turn 10 again where it's proven to be difficult for the drivers, as Ryan Jones loses out from P11 down to P19. Definitely no ideal for the Williams driver there.
Yeah, Smoke is really struggling here in the wet. He's lost a second and a half to G Ninja already. He's got Ham breathing down his neck, and Freeman and Jam aren't going to be far behind either. So he really needs to either find his rhythm, or Razel's having to Razel. There's something... Oh, just said yellow flags, not quite sure there. Oh, up the inside goes Saxman there on Razel. Oh, feisty, but good move. Craze Bear right on the back of Razel, and he's pushing him around the corner. Craze Bear's going to go side by side here with Razel. Razel, oh, gives him a bit of a tap. Not quite sure Razel got a bit of a kick there, but he's got no front wing on the right side. Up the inside goes Redemption. Razel's not had a great start. He's had a really, really, really poor start, in fact. Fingerboy now into the P10. Dylan in the points on his debut as things stand. Smoke really is creating a train now. G Ninja's as he's gone past him, is closing up to the back of Para. Could see a little battle for P2 coming soon, but G Ninja's definitely got some pace around here, which is really good to see. But Midzi, on the other hand, is 5 seconds ahead.
And
fantastic start for him.
And while everything's all kicking off in the race so far, I've got a wee glance at the chat. Steve was asking how long the rain is for. To tell you right now, Steve, the rain has currently stopped, so we should be seeing a dry line forming quite soon, actually. I was riding on board with Ninja down into turn 1, and the
up
rain...
the inside goes Fingerboy here at turn 1.
Oh! Fingerboy up the inside.
Up the inside of Dylan.
Odds it round the outside. He'll have the inside to turn 2. The McLaren 14 on the inside of Renault number 9. Is Dylan... Oh, and
Dylan's round, no.
He keeps it out the wall.
Twice. That's twice Fingerboy's had some sort of incident on that corner. First with Rizal, and secondly now with Dylan. That could be looked at. Maybe twice isn't a coincidence. Maybe we'll be having a look at that on Tuesday night. Oh, and Smoke spun. Smoke's round. Went over the curb way too much. He's in the wall. Smoke is in the wall.
Oh, and he's picked up some damage on that front right as well, Ranga. He's going to have to get that repaired. It'll not be ideal in these conditions. So his race just goes from bad to worse. And Dylan has to make his way around the outside of turn 7. And being the mobile chicane in the tight and twisty second sector, is they really where you want to be? As the Mercedes Arima is trying to hurry his way past the Alpha. But he's losing out to his battle with Bezos and Dylan. The longer he sits behind Smoke's stricken Alpha. But no, his race just kind of goes from bad to worse with that there as well. But back with Fingerboy and Dylan, as you were saying, Fingerboy maybe just gave Dylan too much of a squeeze, and Dylan's into the pits. Dylan's pitty, so I don't know if he picked up damage with that as well, Ranga. I thought he kept out of the wall, but I'll ride on board with him in the pit lane to see if they actually repair the wing, to see if there is actually any damage. I don't think there was.
Smoke's staying out, by the way. Smoke's going to wait for the dry line, then he's going to come in and change it. There's no way he's going to want to pit now. He's just going to have to deal with it for a lap, I think.
And we've got some activity in the pits, Ranga. We've got some people coming in for the dry tyres. Dylan's on the hard, Ryzen's on the hard.
Dylan's on the hards. Why the hard? Oh yeah, I guess the hards can go to the end from here, can't they?
Hards to the end. He would probably need to nurse them when the laps into the 30s, but definitely no impossible. Motion on has it on the mediums though, so he'll probably have to pit again. Ryan Jones on the hards as well. So we're starting to see people who are at the back end of the grid. DRS is enabled, so the dry line came a lot quicker than we anticipated. So we will see a flourish of drivers come out of the pits, and Midzi has built up a 7-second gap in these 8 laps. So really just next level stuff here for the Toro Rosso.
Yeah, are we going to see anyone losing out time from double stacking here? Looks like Fingerboy might lose out because his teammate is definitely going to be pitting. So Fingerboy might get held in the pits, but saying that he is 10 seconds almost in front of Bezos, so it shouldn't affect him too much in terms of losing places, but he's right on the back of Merckx, who's going to pit. Fingerboy, yeah, he does pit, as does Jam, so that could be a problem for him. I wonder if we'll see any positions swap in here if people get held in the pits. Merckx, he's out already. Merckx is gone. Sorry, not Merckx, Midzi, sorry.
And we're seeing
no
some
one staying out.
Strategies.
Softs, G Ninja on softs. G Ninja's jumped Para in the pits. G Ninja has jumped Para in the pits. Fingerboy, he's lost out time to Merckx after being held there after doing the double stack, as we were just mentioning. He's definitely lost some time there. Is that a McLaren staying out? Oh no, that's Dylan. Dylan has already pitted. He's just gone purple in the final sector as Dylan. He's back up to P9. So Dylan has done fantastically to get back up to P9 after that spin with Fingerboy, and he's only 3 seconds off Fingerboy now. So he's done well there as Dylan. So although he was involved in an incident, it did come at a good time for him. Did he change his front wing when you were on board with him?
No, he didn't have any wing damage there. He wasn't getting it worked on by the pit boys there. So I think his wing was in full shape there. But his loss ended up being his gain, ironically enough, as he is up into P9. But 2.6 seconds down the road for Fingerboy, who was the culprit of the crime last time, between the two. But we're starting to see a real mix of strategy here, Ranga. I'm actually quite surprised that drivers, like the majority of them, well, some of them are actually opted to try and go to the end. But you've got you've got Ninja, who's only 4.7 seconds away from Midzi on the soft tyres, so I think maybe he's trying to
He's
think
eating
about
into
closing
this
the
gap.
gap down. He's going to
Yeah.
eat into this gap. Midzi worked 8 laps hard on the gap at the front, and it's just going to get wiped away by Ninja, who's on 2 compound softer tyres. So definitely should see the McLaren right on the back of the Toro Rosso at least in the next 2 laps. So definitely need to keep an eye out for that one. But
Interestingly, I'm not sure how, as Dylan sets the fastest lap, interestingly, Freeman's ended up behind Jam again, so he's going to have to get past Jam again. But Jam is stuck behind his brother, as things stand, who is 4.7 seconds back from Para. But Para is on the medium, so Para's definitely going to have to pit again. But as is G Ninja.
I'm quite surprised to see the soft runners, because the soft tyre life cycle we're sitting discussing in qualifying doesn't have too much of a lengthy cycle. So to pick the soft tyres at Hungary, where the tyre degradation is high, is quite a staggering move, if I'm going to say so myself, for lack of a better word. But it means they're going to have a really short, quick stint, and then pit for a more conservative stint. So I would think you would just lose time just because of the pit limiter, and the time that you spend in the pits as well. So that's like 20 seconds you're burning anyway. So I'm quite interested to see how that unfolds though when we come to the later stages of the race. But Midzi is fastest on the hard tyres with 23.0. And the lap
G
time
Ninja is 2.7 seconds behind him. Look how much he's gained on him in that lap. He's taken 2 seconds out of him in 1 lap. So it's only a matter of time now.
No, definitely will be in DRS activation at least on the end of this lap. If it's a 2 second munch into the lap, then definitely will have DRS come the start of the next lap. But Midzi really should be kind of thinking about Ninja here and how he's going to anticipate this upcoming battle. If you're sitting there thinking about it as the lead driver, you are leading this race. You've been so comfortable in the race so far, had a good strong lead, and it's just getting eaten away by somebody on 2 compound softer tyres, and I don't really think he will put too much of a fight on show for us. So
I'm not sure how much he'll mind though, whether how much he'll bother with it, because he'll know he's got a pit.
I think.
But quickly going to cut back to Smoke. Smoke's close to Sean Gregory. They had a bit of a ding-dong battle a second ago. Motion has her on the... Oh, Saxman comes across the track. Oh, Saxman's almost spun it. He's all over the shop. And Motion has going to get done by Rozelle, maybe? Oh, look at this. For P16.
And Saxman looking a bit loose there.
Ninja 1.4 now.
So Ninja will probably be breathing down the neck of the Toro Rosso at least somewhere on this lap. But Midzi will probably just be playing the conservative game and just looking to make his hard tyres last the distance. Because he'll know Ninja needs to pit, and he'll know that Para needs to pit as well, and Para's gaining on the
Dylan's
going to
get done here. At the inside goes Mr. Reimer on Dylan. Oh, that was a lunge, if you ask me.
Oh, and he pushes Dylan wide and lets Bezos through.
Oh, and Dylan's been pushed through there. That looked a bit too much, if you ask me. And Bezos now has done Mr. Reimer around the outside. That's a brilliant move.
Odds it round the outside of 2, sweeps in for the inside of 3. Brilliant move there for Bezos on Mr. Reimer into turn 3.
Motion has made a mistake. But what a move that was by Bezos. Great move. He's got some brilliant pace. Fantastic overtake. Feel bad for Dylan though. It was probably only a matter of time in the short term, as both of these guys are on softs, as Dylan is on the hards. But it was a bit of a late lunge from Mr. Reimer. It definitely pushed Dylan right to the edge of the corner, gave him nothing. Motion has a spun again. By the look of it, he's struggling. He's not having a great race back here. G Ninja's not really closing the gap now to Midzi. It looks like these tyres have started to come towards the end of their peak, and he's not even within DRS at the minute. And it looks like this thing stand Midzi is clear.
It's really no worked out for Ninja there. It was bold, and we appreciate bold here in the commentary booth and as spectators, but it didn't really quite have the payoff that he anticipated, definitely. But I mean, he is keeping it within 2 seconds. It's not like they've just completely lost all life, but they've definitely lost that edge that they had over the
Smoke coming on Sean Gregory here. Smoke around the outside of Sean Gregory, who defends on the inside. And he's going to have a bit of a switchback here as Smoke. He's going to get DRS again. Oh, it's a lovely little move by the look of it here around the outside. There's Goes Smoke. Sean Gregory's going to defend to the inside. Wheel to wheel here. Smoke's going to now have the inside line, but Sean Gregory's just going to hold it, I think. We've just about caught that, sorry. Wheel to wheel here. Fantastic racing between these two for P14, and Smoke just about gets the move done.
It is a literal copy and paste job on Bez's move on Mr. Reimer just earlier on in the lap.
Yeah, really lovely move.
And
just as we were saying about G Ninja's tyres wearing out, he is 1.1 seconds behind Midzi now. He's closing. Saxman and Roselle going at it.
And what Ninja's doing as well is, I mean, I don't think Ninja's going to take any credit for it, but Para's really kind of gaining on this leading pack as well. So he's somebody that Midzi will need to watch out for as well. Like 3 different tyre compounds on the top 3. So strategy is well and truly diverse there. But then you've got a brick wall of hard tyres and Ham Jam Jam, Freeman and Merckx and Fingerboy, or P4 to P8 on hard tyres has a pick up a penalty there. But really should start to see the soft tyres really hit their peak and like fall off the cliff at this stage. But Ninja is kind of keeping the pace. He was within the 1 second there. So if he keeps it clean through this second sector and a tidy final sector, could possibly see the DRS flap open on the rear wing of that McLaren in a real chance at a lead change at this stage in the race. But we need to see how he copes with the final sector.
Roselle's made an error. Saxman's got him and he's increased his gap on him by the look of it. Smoke picks up a penalty, Mr. Reimer. Oh, someone's round there. Reimer's definitely in the wall and he's reversed on the track and Smoke's just about got past.
And Reimer,
yeah.
Oh, and he's right on the edge of the exit curb, and just seeing all the cars flying by in such close proximity was quite, I mean, for us as spectators, or for me as spectators anyway, it was quite nervy there. Like, I kind of felt like I was right in the car with him, but fortunate enough, no damage been picked up by himself or by any driver that drove past. But Ninja is within telly shot now, the Toro Rosso, so that's when you can they're getting close. But
these 4 from P4 to P7 are in what you like to call a DRS train.
And that's the thing as well, that DRS being in the game and being a main component of Formula 1 and overtaking and etc. means that, like, well, Ham Jam's going to have no DRS because he's no within a second of the driver in front, but with them all being in DRS, it kind of like, it is there to aid overtaking, but on the game, you can use it as your defence as well if you're within the second, and it really just becomes redundant. So, we might have to see just maybe somebody making a mistake or just someone with
G Ninja's within 4 tenths, sorry. G Ninja's 4 tenths.
Right on the back of the Toro Rosso, now the DRS flap is open. So Midzi might have to consider defending the inside, does he? He does need look up the inside there. Midzi keeps his racing line. Ninja doesn't make the move. Will he try into 2? Don't think he's close enough for a lunge, but Ninja is definitely there. That the wing mirrors of the Toro Rosso will be papaya. So he'll need to be more cautious about how he defends against Ninja. Needs to maybe think about this fight no being his. And just having to keep the tyre life on these hards at their optimum. Para's 2 seconds adrift of this battle, though 2.5 seconds adrift. And then you've got the battle for P4. And Merckx is kind of staggering out of the DRS range, but he did just creep back into it there. So, quite a fair bit going on at this stage. Lap 16 of 35, Midzi is still our race leader, Ninja in second, Para is our top 3. And we'll see how Ninja copes with the final sector once again. Got a lot of ERS to burn there as well, and Midzi's on the maximum. He's got a full 100% ERS there to burn for his defence as well, so Midzi will probably throw that car into hot lap or at least overtake to try and defend for Ninja, if Ninja even has a look at it up the inside of turn 1. But DRS is open, and he's not getting close enough, Ranga. Not getting close enough down that straight. He needs a great exit. He needs an exceptional exit out of turn 14 if he wants any chance into the inside of 1 or any form of overtake only 1 as the Mercedes. Mr. Reimer gets out the way onto the grass at turn 2. But Ninja doing well to keep up with the Toro
Dylan's
Rosso. Yellow
past
flags in the
Bezos.
first sector. Oh, Dylan makes his way past, and I think that's kind of the hard tyres kind of getting into the groove at this stage now. Soft tyres are kind of well past their sell point date. Freeman picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. Yellow flag in the first and second sector. Don't know what that was for. Didn't he come up with
Mr. Reimer just going slow. Jam cuts that corner massively. Doesn't get a straight up penalty for it either.
Oh, and Mr. Reimer.
10-second penalty.
Wonder what
He's just
Mr.
trying to go
Reimer
slow.
done. I thought he was
He's
trying to
go slow. He's just getting out of everyone's way. He's done it again. Not quite sure what's going on there. I think he might be coming in to retire soon.
Definitely not been his race so far. Yellow flags in the second. I think that's just him moving out the way and yellow flags coming out. But crucially at the
I think
front,
Rizal might have made an error. I think Rizal might have made another error. Redemption's got past him. Jam is right on the back of Ham here. Jam is very, very close to Ham.
And yellow flags in the third.
Bezos is in. Bezos is pitting on those soft. He's going to have to put on the mediums now.
It's a different strategy, and I'm assuming Ninja will do the same. Yellow flags in the third, and what's happened there? It's a Mercedes and a Ferrari rising in Mr. Reimer there. I'm not sure if they came together there on the final turn, but there was yellow flags out at the last turn on the minimap. But Ninja, excuse me, Ninja, who was hassling
Para is 3/10 behind G Ninja.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see Ninja coming in at the end of this lap. Anyway, I think those soft tyres are well and truly past it now as we see him peeling up.
Yeah, he's in.
Yes, he does. So Para has a free shot at Midzi if he can try and close the gap down at least a couple of tenths a lap and try and get himself on the tail of the Toro Rosso. 1.8 seconds.
He gets
apart
DRS as well.
DRS for good measure there down this straight, and he'll get it down to straight to turn 2 as I keep getting the connection warning, so I'm just kind of feeling that I might maybe disconnect. I'm hoping that's not the case.
Where's G Ninja going to come out here? It's going to be P8, I think it is. Or is his teammate going to get him? No, I think G Ninja's going to be ahead here, so it's going to be McLaren at P8, P9. Mr. Reimer with another penalty. Sean Gregory's retired.
And I think he's crashed.
No, he's crashed.
He's crashed on the exit of the final turn.
Yeah, he's crashed it. Just there, yeah. You can just see his name. He's binned it. Oh, that's a perfect time for Redemption and Rizal to jump in the pits then. Both of them are in.
And the virtual safety car is out. That's the first we've seen it this race. Lap 19 of 35. Sean Gregory slams into the pit wall on lap 18 of 35. I'm assuming it'll be his 18th lap. Leader's 19th, his 18th. But he is out.
Oh no,
Reimer's retired, and Merckx is left. You hate to see it. I'll try and get him back in.
Yeah, try and get him back.
Let me see. How do you invite him back out of the game? I'm sure you could just pause it and it was there, but it's not there. Invitations. No.
Here you go. Freeman up the inside of Jam here. It's a good move by Freeman. He's got that done. Freeman up to P4. So the safety car restart was not helpful for Jam whatsoever. Freeman's got him. That's twice now Freeman's overtaken Jam.
And Freeman once again having to put the moves on Jam on the track. He lost it under the pit stops and makes it
Smoke and Satya Gregory close here. Smoke maybe around the outside?
Oh,
no, surely not. Oh,
he looked really confident there on the outside of 2. Gregory didn't really look too quick on 11 lap medium there on the inside, but Smoke on the hards will have more rubber on his tyres, more grip, more traction So Smoke definitely will have an edge in terms of trying to get past, but Gregory will need to make that Haas as wide as he possibly can if he wants to keep the Alfa Romeo behind. The gap between Midzi and Para is extending, but not by too much. It was 1.8 last lap, it is now 2.2, so Midzi had a 4/10 advantage there in his pocket. And we see the Mercedes, we see the Ferrari of Freeman gone right to the pit lane there, the pit wall, sorry, and Ham Jam there. So I'm thinking Ham Jam's just trying his best to try and break the slipstream within the rules there. Make sure just they weave consecutively on the same straight, because that will be deemed dangerous. But it looked pretty fair from what I saw. But no, other than the battle for P3 and the battle between Gregory and Smoke, which Smoke will probably try and have the outside of 2 again. He lags right in front. Does he try and go around the outside of Gregory this time? Run the outside. Run the outside. They'll have. Nah, he doesn't have it. Gregory has it covered yet again here on lap 21 of 35 as Redemption puts in the fastest lap from 16th. So you've got the battle for 3rd, and you've got the battle for 11th as well. Bezos with the penalty as well. Penalties will start to come in quite thick and fast now at this stage. And I say that, and another one comes through there, and another one. And but
another one.
And another one. And he's driving the car right along the pit wall here, trying to break the slipstream of Freeman, trying to block the inside, but Freeman tries to give him a dummy, then go back up the inside, but Ham had it covered there. Freeman kind of backed out it there as well, but Freeman looking really punchy here on the Haas. So Ham Jam will have his hands full with Freeman, and any mistake between the two of them can probably benefit Jam. So this is all to watch. Merckx messaged me for an invite. I actually have no idea how to invite somebody to this game, Ranga. It keeps saying it's free for me.
Xbox button, press the Xbox button, press invite more, change from invite to party to invite to game, and then bang. There's your invite, son. He's still in P6 as Merckx. He's not lost out, really. I mean, he's lost time from the back of Jam, but he's still solidly in P6. He's still got 3 seconds to Fingerboy, so if he can get in now, he should still have a solid P6 on his hands. There we go, he's in. And luckily, it's not been too bad for Merckx today. Hopefully that's the rest of it.
Well, I'll just send my apology.
Freeman right on the back of Ham here.
For the delay in invite, but while we apologise to him, we'll watch this battle down into turn 1. Does Ham go along to the pit wall again? He does the date as aggressively as he did last time. Does Freeman have a lock up the inside? He does not. He goes for the outside. And Freeman round the outside. Ham will have the inside. As they push Freeman out, he gives him a car's width on exit, but he'll go to the inside. Freeman goes to the inside, actually. Up the inside of the touch.
Oh, no! Freeman's away!
Oh, no! Oh.
And there's Freeman there as Merckx is right behind him. And Merckx is definitely driving that. Oh, Freeman's just lagged in front of him. What's just happened there?
Oh, just a wee bit of a decent lag spike there on Freeman's part as the VSC is out once again. Ryzen's retired for the session. Where's he retired? Turn 10.
Oh, he's binned it in the wall. Midzi and Para just gone past it. Would have loved to have seen a safety car.
The safety car would really throw everything in the air that we've seen so far. It would completely just
interestingly, Para's Para's almost at a second of Midzi's. Oh, they're pitting. Midzi's pitting. Para's pitting.
Oh, this is. I mean, I could expect Para because he's definitely not making the end on the mediums, but Midzi on the hards for the lead. He's gearing up track position.
Ham stays out here. Is he going to beat him out? Midzi now stops.
He needs this VSC. He needs this VSC
Ham's
to
gonna jump
last.
him. It's not. Ham and Jam have both jumped Midzi. Midzi's and Freeman. Where's Freeman? No, Freeman. No, Midzi out in P3. I mean, he's going to be quick on those tyres, but he's got to get past them both. And it's a lot easier said than done around here. At the minute, we're on for a jam ham 1-2.
I'm not entirely too sure about that call there for the Toro Rosso team there to bring Midzi in, especially for the lead gain up, sacrificing track position. I mean, he has only 3.5 seconds adrift, but at the same time, you're giving up the track position. We've seen how difficult it is to overtake.
It's not like his tyres weren't going to go to the end. Ham and Jam are both on the same strategy as him. If this doesn't work out, this is a huge blunder.
He looked so dominant, so commanding in this race, and he's gave it up for a shot at the medium tyre. I'm not entirely too sure what's gone through the heats here, but his hard tyres, he would have run the same strategy I was saying on the Ham and Jam brothers, and I mean, they are right there. He's gained 7/10 a second on them on this lap alone. So, maybe he's anticipating the tyres gone bad as the race goes on into the final laps. And he's
the hard tyres last ages around here. They seem to almost get better the longer you drive on them. I remember Smoke telling me that in one race he set the fastest lap on after doing 30 laps on the set of hards. So it really is one of those tracks where the hards just get better the more you have them on. Really, obviously he's bound to gain on them, but is it really going to be that much of an advantage?
I honestly can't really see the advantage. I mean, it's not like he was 10 seconds ahead of him. He had that dominating lead. Like, Para was alongside, and Para had to pit because he was on the mediums already. But Midzi didn't need to come in. So him to sacrifice a 10-second lead, to sacrifice track position, is a bit. It's really confusing. I'm really struggling to understand his decision as we see the Red Bully business spinning at turn 3. Just on the map there, but no, I really can't understand why Midzi pitted. I mean, he'll look like the best thing since Butter Breed if he wins, obviously, with this call, but at the same time, it's going to look equally as bad if it doesn't. He really needs to make the overtake on the brothers here for the lead very quickly, because the mediums being stuck in traffic will definitely reduce the tyre life and reduce the quality of the tyre as well, so he needs to make quick work of the two in front. But
G-Ninja up the inside of Merckx. G-Ninja up the inside of Merckx. Merckx goes for the switchback. It looks like he might get that switchback as well. It looks like
Ninja.
It's going to get tight here. G-Ninja's going to go up the inside. Merckx is going to have the outside turning to the inside. Merckx might just be able to hold this. He's going wheel to wheel here. Side by side. Look at this. Who's going to have the better run? Oh, G-Ninja has to back out. He got a penalty as well. Unbelievable racing between those two. Oh, G-Ninja's close to that curb as well.
Exciting stuff there between the two through the first sector, basically side by side. But the battle for the lead is heating up. The Midzi is right on the tail end of the Jam Ham brothers here.
Oh, hold on. I've got a big lag spike. G-Ninja's now down in P10 for me.
Oh, same. He's lost 5 seconds to Max. 7 seconds, 8 seconds to Max.
He's just in more than that. He's in P10. Merckx is in P6. He's lost not far off. 9 seconds. 8-9 seconds. Big lag spike for G-Ninja. Puts him down to P10.
Jesus.
Jam and Midzi. Midzi's on Jam. There you go. Midzi's got him.
Up the inside. Clean as you like. Jam didn't pick the fight up. Kept in the slipstream. His brother in front. And Midzi just had so much more pace on his medium tyres. Wouldn't be too surprised if he puts quick work on Ham somewhere, maybe even on the lap, because he was pushing the brothers through the second sector when he caught up to the back. But Para's right there as well, so Midzi needs to make the move on Ham before Para gets the move on Jam. So this is really just hitting a boiling point now, and I'm really excited to see how this unfolds.
It's a 4-way battle for the win here. Personally, I'd love to see Para take the win. I'm not sure Para's won in Division 1 before. It'd be fantastic to see Para take the win here against this established front 3 that we've got, really. It'd be fantastic to see Para there or thereabouts when it comes to the final stand-ins. I'm not going to look at penalties. I don't want to look at penalties. I don't want to ruin any of the spectacle. I have no idea if any of these have penalties, and if so, how many. It looks like Midzi might be able to get a move done on Ham. He's right behind him here. Ham's going to surely try and defend this. He's very low on his ERS, Ham. Midzi's got loads of it, and he's almost past him by the time we go past the line. Midzi's going to go around to the inside. And that's going to be that. That's going to be P1. Midzi back up to P1. So although he done that risky strategy, it's so far working for him. Power up the inside of Jam, though, for P3. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Para's going to have P3 here.
Jam on the inside. Nah, Jam.
Dylan and Craze Bear. Craze Bear's got Dylan.
Oh, you're right. Craze Bear got Dylan on the run up to turn 1 there. So the Racing Point is past the McLaren for P8. So it'll be a matter of seeing how quick Para can make work of Ham before Midzi starts pulling the gap once again. Because Midzi in clear air, smells like Sebastian Vettel, like when he was in his prime at Red Bull, where he just like drives off into the distance. That's what Midzi was like all this race. He was just constantly building the gap, driving away for the rest of the pack. So Para needs to make work on Ham before Midzi can get the chance to do that. And with the way the mediums are working, it should be at least on this straight into turn 1 at the very latest. I think that's the latest he can potentially allow himself to stay behind the Haas. But any more than that, and he might well throw his chance away for his first win. But
he's going to. I think he's going to get him here. This shouldn't be a problem for him. I think Para's going to get this done up the inside. It's a bit later than Midzi's was, but he definitely gets the move done. And Para now up to P2, looking at his second podium of the season as things stand after his podium in Spain. Para Quicks now charging after Midzi. 1.5 seconds to go. I'd love to see a little battle between these two. Para showing some fantastic pace today. Jam is not letting his brother go, though. He smells P3. I think Steve-O's just put it in the chat as well, but Midzi was very lucky. He didn't have Freeman to get past as well. Freeman and Ham obviously had that collision. And I can imagine Freeman wouldn't have made it too easy for him to get past. We know what Freeman's like sometimes. He's very, very hard to overtake. Fights for every single inch of track, as he's more than entitled to do. Merckx has just cut that corner. I think we just cut that. We just managed to see that, but Merckx is chasing after Freeman. 1.9 seconds is the gap. He's going to be pushing a little.
Owen, Para's right there, Ranga. Para's closed the gap down and he's in the DRS, Midzi.
Para is rapid around here.
And he keeps a tight line. Midzi lets the car run wide on the final turn. But Para kept a tight line. DRS is open. I don't think he'll make any further move on this lap. But if it comes to lap 32, 33, we might maybe see a lunge if he is within a similar distance into turn 1. But the battle for the lead is definitely heating up in these final laps. As we're seeing the two brothers once again. I don't know what's happening there. Just 3rd and 4th, Freeman 5th, 5 seconds adrift. 4 seconds adrift, sorry, apologies. Merckx 6.
Yeah. We've definitely seen some incidents that could be of interest to the stewards on Tuesday. And we will see if we get any clips on that front. But yeah, I've just noticed what you were talking about now in terms of all the hills. You can definitely see at this part of the track all the hills in the background for the spectators. It isn't very covered, is it? So it couldn't have been too pleasant for them at the start of the race.
Definitely no, but I think
now they're basking in sunshine.
Definitely, and I mean Hungary, as you were saying earlier, is one of the warmer countries on the Formula 1 calendar, so the sun will probably be beaming down on them, getting them trying to dry off their wet clothes and everything else, but they're also being treated to another exciting race here at the Hungaroring. Is what was a dominating lead for Midzi for so long in this race has become a potential fiery battle for the win in these final stages. So really interesting to see how this unfolds. The two brothers are going to go side by side through turn 2, Ranga. Jam up the inside of Ham, but Ham will have the inside to turn 3. Do they still go side by side? Did the date and Jam just edges it through the outside of 3. Brilliant move there by Jam on his brother Ham. The brothers have switched.
And there we have it. Jam up to P3.
Making quick work there on his brother. Para is still keeping within the 1 second interval between himself and Midzi. So lap 32 1 of 35 will conclude with Midzi as the race leader, Para in P2. It can all change into turn 1 if Para gets close enough through the final turn. Midzi has a lot of ERS to defend with, though he's up at 90%. So that just makes the mountain for Para to climb all the more steeper. Is the two brothers, I thought Jam and Ham were going to try and swap places yet again, but Ham was not close enough into turn 1. But Freeman is closing in on this gap as well, so maybe if Freeman can claw a second a lap, might maybe see the battle for P3 heat up once again. Max 2 seconds adrift. Freeman, Fingerboys 2 seconds adrift. Max, Crazed Bear,
I'm sure
Dylan.
Freeman would love that.
I think Freeman would love an opportunity to try and get avenge on, like, to be avenged, and try and like complete the move. On
Power
Ham,
3/10, sorry. Power is 3/10.
Para will need
Look
to
at
save
this.
some. He'll need to save some ERS through this final sector because Mitzi's got a lot to burn on the straights. But he is right there now, and Mitzi will need to try and start thinking about how he's going to defend against the rampant Red Bull in the final stages. We've got 3 laps left in this race. And
He's
Para,
very close. His Power, we could possibly see him move here. Mitzi's got some brilliant straight line speed, but here comes Para. Is he close enough? No. Oh, he's had a look, didn't he? It was a bit of a half-hearted look. He didn't really send it. He's got 2 more chances. Actually, no, he's got 1 more chance at that corner now. He's only got 1 more chance now.
he needs to keep within the second for these
Crazy
final
Dylan
laps.
going side by side. Look at this. Dylan got up the inside line at turn 2. Oh no, not spin it again.
Oh.
Crazy Bear yet again having another fantastic battle. Not sure what it is with this guy in on-track battles, but he's just addicted to it. He loves it. Every single race that I seem to see him in, he's having some sort of fantastic battle. And this is another one to add to the tally.
Loves to get his teeth in about it. Steve-O says that his driver of the day is Para, whatever happens. I mean, I think Para's a solid shout for driver of the day, and while Steve-O's fired his driver of the day in, be sure to fire in who you think's driver of the day in this race, and we'll give our verdict as well come the end. But Para has got DRS once again, not so much ERS though. He's got 30%, Midzik has got 83 to the 35 of Para, so the penultimate lap. Not over for Para just yet, got another chance. But he really needs a phenomenal exit on turn 14 to get the DRS and to take advantage of the ERS that he's got into turn 1. And he might even need to send it. He might even need to just let the stamp and go for it if he wants to get past Midzik.
I'd love to see that. I mean, just for last lap sort of spectacles, but it's been a fantastic battle to end the race with.
Definitely. We'll be keeping our eyes fully focused on this battle for the win. Midzi has to defend for Para if he wants to win. Para, looking for his first win, needs to try and get his way past Midzi. His real opportunity will be into turn 1. So he needs a great final sector here and a phenomenal exit in comparison to the Toro Rosso if he wants to stand any chance of getting the lead. But Midzi, every time, is just getting the exit he needs to, and he always places the car on the middle of the track. Do we see a lunge for Para as he does close, he does gain, he doesn't think about a lunge as we started the final lap. But the first sector will probably be his last real chance. I mean, second sector...
We've got a little fight for P8. Sorry, a little fight for P8 here in the final go into turn 1 here. G Ninja right on the back of his teammate Dylan. Dylan's not going to want to give this up, but he moves to the outside and lets G Ninja through. Oh no, he made that too easy for Midzi's got a penalty. Oh, surely not.
Midzi's got a penalty. And that is going to be crucial. I'm looking.
Jam's
Oh,
just picked up
Mitzi.
one as well.
On
Jam's just
Jam
picked up
as
one.
well.
G Ninja and Craze Bear going wheel to wheel. Craze Bear at it again. Unbelievable driving. Up the inside, surely not. Craze Bear sends it. Craze Bear sends it up the inside and he's almost gone round. And Merckx is disconnected, but it won't matter. He's going to be okay, I'm pretty sure. But G Ninja's managed to get 2 places in 1 lap. He's gone from 10th to P8. Dylan at the minute is P10. But Midsy's coming up the line. He wins. Para beats him on penalties. That last lap penalty's killed Midsy. Jam Ham takes 3rd. Ham, can he beat him on pens? No. Freeman, no. 5th. Merckx going to stay in 6th, I hope, because of his lag. No. Yeah, Merckx up to 5th.
And Craze Bear
up to 5th.
is spun.
He spun it on the last corner. Smoke's going to take P10. Dylan up to P8. Smoke up to P9. G Ninja P10. Craze Bear comes off worst. And, wait, Craze Bear goes 3rd. What?
Right, surely that's got to be some kind of glitch.
That has to be a glitch. What am I? What?
I've
Just crosses the line now.
absolutely no idea what's just went on here.
I've never seen this before, ever.
That is...
I've got absolutely no idea. I'm pretty sure it's a glitch. We got to just check the penalties just to be sure. We're going to have to check penalties. Let's just quickly go on Race Director and quickly check if there's any possible way Craze Bear could have got P3. Especially after, I mean, if it could have been potentially more believable if he hadn't spun on the final corner and lost all that time. Surely not. Craze Bear himself got a 3-second penalty.
And it's got him on the... And it's Robin Jam at the podium as well. Because Jam finished 3rd on track for us. And then it connected to Crazy Bear, and Bear's up on the podium. Bear finished, like, he crossed the line in 12th, and they're just like, still just like, right, it's you on the podium, son, on you go. Like, on you go, son. Enjoy it. You finished P12, but go up and enjoy yourself on the podium. See, he's, like, oh, come on, Cody's. He says he's 5 seconds adrift, though, with arguably more penalties than everybody else. He's got the most penalties of everybody I can see on the timing sheets now.
Yeah, there's no way he could have finished P3. It has to be Jam.
Aye, so wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, he'll get put in the rightful position. We will look at that. But anyway, let's not ignore the fact that Paraquix has just won due to a last lap penalty from Midzy. Unbelievable drama. We've had 2 fantastic races. 2 fantastic races in a row. I mean, Division 2 wasn't too bad either until it got written off due to the connection in the game.
Brilliant racing. Absolutely fantastic. And we are joined by currently the driver that actually did finish in 3rd place, but was robbed his podium celebration. We've got Jam here. We are waiting on Midzy and Para, and Para's just joined us there, just waiting on Midzy, and there he is.
There he is. There we've got it. We've got the top 3 with us. I mean, obviously the top 3 as they cross the line, ignoring the game glitches as such. We'll quickly start. Well, not quickly start. We will start with you, Jam. Championship leader, P3, mate. How do you summarise that drive? You had a fantastic battle with your brother, basically the entirety of the race. You had Smoke in there at one point, you had Freeman there at one point, you had Midzy coming through you, and Para coming through you all at one point. Summarise your race for us, mate.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I think it was, I think third was about the best I probably could have gotten out of that. I knew my pace in the wet wasn't anywhere near quick enough to be challenging for the win or even a podium at the start, but I knew my dry pace was probably some of the quickest in the field. But yeah, just sort of kept towing along with Harry, Freeman and Merckx at one point. Then I think Merckx had his connection issues Then there was a bit of contact between Freeman and Harry. So then, after the second VSC, I just decided that I needed to go for it and try and get past my brother, and thankfully I did, and I was pretty quick at the end compared to him, I think. So I got a penalty on the last lap as well, but fortunately mine didn't matter. But yeah, pretty happy with that.
You definitely had a lot more pace than Ham at the end of the race. He seemed to have some good pace at the start. That move that you made on him was a really, really great move, wheel to wheel, especially around turn 2. It looked at one point that you two were gonna crash or gonna collide. Did it feel like it was gonna be that way?
No, I've raced with Harry for quite a few years now. I know that we're not going to do anything silly like that. I think he just obviously knew that there's no point sticking it in where there's a chance at contact. So I've got to respect that from him as well.
Well, yeah. Well, congratulations, mate. Obviously, the move on Ham as well. It increases your lead to him. Minty getting P2 might drag it back a little bit, but you still got a solid lead, mate. So congratulations.
Yeah, just want to say well done to Para and Mitzi as well. Good drives from both of you.
Quickly pass, thanks, mate. We'll quickly pass on to Riggs. You want to do Midzy, mate?
Ryan, we'll go for you since you're second, Midday. For those that don't know. Last lap penalty. Pretty gutting there to see on the timing screens there for us. You just want to sum up how you're feeling with that and how devastating you're feeling.
Not too bad really. Can't really moan. I got penalty, Para didn't, so can't really moan about it. But yeah, felt good. I was pretty lucky, I guess, with the rain at the start and then just getting pole. And yeah, not much to say really. I had a good race all the way. Then it got dry. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say.
You looked very commanding in the early stages. You built out such a great gap in the early stages of the race in the intermediate conditions. Went to the dries, onto the hard tyres to see yourself out to the end. But you pitted for mediums under the VSC. Me and Ranga were confused and baffled at your decision up in the commentary box. Is there any insight you can give us on that?
I just done it just in case there was going to be a safety car, because I thought, because I've learnt from before there's been safety cars and I haven't bothered pitting, so I've only done it to cover off the safety car, but it was probably best in the end to not pit. But yeah, I had a gap after I got past Harry and Ham and Jam, but I almost binned it, and then Para managed to stay with me after that. But once again, fair play to Para for not getting a penalty, and well done to Jam as well.
No, I just wanted to clear that up, because we were sitting in the booth and we're like, oh, we don't know what's going through Mincy's heat here. Don't know if he's just threw it away or nothing, but you did definitely have the pace to get past Jam and Ham on all their hard tyres. But no, regardless of what happened, a hard last lap penalty cost you the win. Crossed the line first, ended up getting second, but I mean, your performance there can definitely be held in high regard of you, and you can always carry that momentum through to the next race at Spa, and we look forward to seeing that there.
Thank you.
I will pass back over to Ranga for the race winner.
To race winner, Para Quicks, congratulations. I believe that's your first Division 1 win, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Safe to say you're pretty happy with that, mate.
Oh man, I'm sweating. Whew. Oh,
Where did that pace come from? Where did that come from? Because obviously, no disrespect, you're not always at the top of the grid. It was brilliant to see you right at the top. I mean, you've definitely shown some pace in the likes of Spain and a few other tracks I can remember off the top of my head. But today you were just on another level.
Yeah, I think I'm good at tracks with a lot of corners and stuff, and with short straights, and I'm really digging this kind of tracks. And I wasn't expecting much in the rain, but I had a great start, really great start. 2 positions in the first corner. Really happy with that.
Congratulations, mate. Obviously, 25 points puts you a lot higher in the standings, and think you will jump. Pretty sure you jump Ryan Jones, and I'm not sure where Freeman finished. Did Freeman finish fifth. I think it was fifth. Yeah, so you and Freeman, by the looks of it now, are going to be tied on points for P4 in the championship. How do you feel about that?
Feel good about that. Anything higher is good. So maybe I can break into the top 4, but I think it will hard. But I'm happy. The podium and a win this season. I wasn't expecting that. So.
How are you shaping up for Spa? Is it a track that you're looking forward to, or some?
Nah,
Do you think
I'm
you'll
gonna be running like top 5 to top 10 probably. I mean from 5 to
Okay.
10. So I'm not gonna be on the podium there. Definitely not. Unless there's like a safety car or something. But I'm not looking forward to it.
Okay, well, fair enough. At least you're honest. Well, congratulations, mate. It was fantastic. I can speak for me and Riggs in saying it was fantastic to watch you work your way through the field, and especially with the pace you had. And once Midzi had cleared Ham and Jam, we thought Midzi was, would almost just comfortably take the win. And almost, although he was leading, you were right behind him, and you were putting so much pressure on him that might have led to him getting that penalty in the first place. So congratulations to you, mate.
Yeah, and like Mitzi said, he made 2 mistakes. I was out of his DRS, but I got lucky he made a mistake, and in the end, I got lucky he got a penalty because his exits on the final corner were great. I mean, I tried different lines, but I just couldn't get the exit, and he had a lot of DRS left, like I heard on the stream. So, he actually deserved to win, in my opinion. But shit happens.
Oh, you're too modest. And then, anything to say, Riggs? I'm pretty sure that summarises it or finishes it perfectly for us.
More or less, just going to extend my congratulations to Parrot on his first win in SLR in the top tier, and just extend that further to the podium boys here, Midzi and Jam. Strong performances yet again. Parrot, phenomenal drive for yourself, and just a warm thanks for everybody that participated, and we look forward to having you all back again this time next Sunday for Spa.
Yeah, well put. Just for anyone who's watching or watches this back in the very short term, just keep your eyes peeled. We're gonna try and run an invitational tomorrow evening. This time tomorrow potentially. So keep your eyes peeled on that front. But yeah, it's been a pleasure to work with you, Riggs.
Likewise.
And we will see you, hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow for the invitational. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.